So I started fishing with my dad at the age of 12, but I wasn't getting paid. So when I turned 16, I asked my dad, Dad, I deserve some money. I mean, I work like the rest of the crew. So he gave me a quarter share at 16 years old. And then when I turned 17, he gave me a half a share. And then when I graduated high school, I became a regular deckhand and I got the full share. And I was fishing, and of course in 1952 I got married to Kathy McLean. She was a local San Pedro girl, born and raised here. And in 1957, my dad's partners wanted to retire. So I bought out one of the partners, and my brother Carmine brought out the other partners. So it was my dad, my brother, and I running the boat. And everything was going great. And in December of 1963, I developed a hernia. And I had to go to hospital. Dr. Les Esposito did the surgery. And I went fishing after the second day. We went out there, got a load of fish. Due to hard work, I popped my surgery open again. I had to go back in the hospital. And Dr. Esposito says, Libby, you gotta stay home for 3 months, and that's gotta heal. And in 3 months, I said, what am I gonna do? 3 months doing nothing. I just can't sit still. So I went to Lumlow Real Estate School in Los Angeles. They were near Wilshire and Western Avenue in LA. And after 2 months, I got a real estate license. And I started selling real estate and fishing at night. So I was working night and day. Nighttime's fishing, daytime I was selling real estate. And I found out that I could make a lot more money in real estate. So one day I talked to my dad. This was going on for 6 months, working day and night. My wife told me, you're gonna die. You can't keep up this pace. But you know, I was like a bulldozer, I didn't care. And I went to talk to my dad, and I said, Dad, you know, I can make a lot more money in real estate than I can, a lot more than fishing. And my dad says, Libby, you know, I'm ready to retire. I'm 66 years old. I'm ready to retire. You do what you got to do. But I felt guilty leaving him. Then I went to talk to my brother Carmine, the other partner. I says, Carmine, I can really make a lot more money in real estate. And he says, Libby, I can get a job anywhere fishing. You do what you got to do to make money. But I felt very guilty, but I sold the boat and went full-time real estate with George Petros. I was there for 12 years. And I was Salesman of the Year for 5 years in a row. And then they got tired of giving me all this free advertisement. They stopped giving that award out. And in the meantime, when I was selling real estate, occasionally I would find a lot or an old house in a good location, zoned properly, and I would buy it, knock it down, and build an apartment, and I would keep it. And that's how I continued real estate for 12 years. Then, when my son graduated high school, he told me he wanted to come into real estate. So I said, uh-oh, this is the time for me to get my own office. So I went on 9th Street, I found a Maytag washing machine store, and they wanted to sell, so I bought that, and I remodeled it, and in 1976, I got into real estate, January '76.